Hiyo everyone, I just want to use this second to thank my team for helping me research. Shout out to Just6TV, who's a streamer and my friend, and shout out to The Storm Cometh, who's also a YouTuber, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you don't, go fuck yourself, because I watched so many hours of shit that I did not want to watch for this, so enjoy it or go fuck yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm a you're a young Turk. They got your job because you're your uncle. Congratulations.
Saying the N-word both in private and definitely in public is bad. Oh, I use the N-word all the time, and I use it towards other people and call them the N-word. I don't actually say the N-word anymore.
Hey, the N-word, it's always...
Are you insane? Like, how do you not understand that it's contextually appropriate in certain circumstances and contextually inappropriate?
Dude, honestly, I need to eat some ass, and I would be someone that would be considered a Chad.
The cringe is off the charts, okay?
Cenk Uyghur's nephew, or as I like to call him, Nephew, is a self-proclaimed progressive who often is referred to as a communist. He is a Twitch streamer from Turkey who moved to America to go to college and get laid, but mostly to get laid. I got this information from a Cosmopolitan article about him, and it says right here, after 2 semesters in which he earned a 2.9 GPA, Piker's parents made him transfer to Rutgers University. Growing up horny in a repressed culture, Piker fantasized about moving to the United States. There is a saying in Turkey that when you go to America, the girls ask to fuck. Creepy. And then he gets a little bit more graphic about the first time he had sex in America, or I think just the first time he had sex. I pulled the worst line I've ever pulled on a girl, which still probably works to this day whenever I say it. I said, "Let's get out of here because I can't do the things I want to do to you in here," he says. The two went to a nearby apartment complex courtyard where they had sex on a gravel staircase. Classy. I think that line really showcases what he actually thinks of women. He just thinks they're cum dumpsters. Piker's back bleeding the whole time. Am I reading 50 Shades of Grey right now? I don't like reading this. I remember thinking, I don't know the next time I'll have sex again, so I better make this last. I guess Nephew telling women that he's a male feminist and wearing shirts like this actually did manage to get him laid. There's another quote from the article that says, Piker was chubby, a self-described outcast who doodled anime comics and questioned authority. What a rebel. He's just so cutting edge. I mean, look at this guy. He's practically the poster child of punk. He better watch out. He just might get banned off of the internet for those TOS-friendly opinions of his. I mean, come on, guys. Him having the same progressive opinions promoted by every media outlet and company in the entire country of the United States is pretty unique in punk. I think that the amount of upvotes that Nephew would get for his progressive opinions would really showcase how he's not like those other normies.
Relationships are already complicated as it is between two normies. My friends who are normies who are not aware of the Twitch world.
The best thing about this article isn't how he openly admits he's a hypocrite, or his facial expressions in the photos that he's clearly trying very hard in, nor is it his purse and sun hat. It is this section right here where his Equinox gym membership is bragged about. An Equinox gym membership in New York costs over $240 a month, and I just think that it's interesting that somebody who promotes socialism and anti-capitalism sentiments would go and brag about their Equinox gym membership.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. Oh my god, in a video game, of course.
NFL
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. Sorry. I meant in a video game.
In San Francisco.
You're a young Turk. They got your job because you're uncle.
Nephew's rise in fame came from working on The Young Turks, a left-wing media outlet created by Cenk Uygur, his uncle. The same show where Cenk Uygur's nephew had to come on and explain to his uncle why he said that America deserved 9/11 on his Twitch stream.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game.
Equipping and
Like we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we fucking did, man. We did. Holy shit.
I was Hasan Piker. He is part of the TYT network. He does Breakdown and now a new show, Agitprop. Listen, you're on because you said some things that a lot of people, including myself, find very offensive. So you said America deserved 9/11. Did you mean that?
No, obviously not, especially considering the fact that while that is a very viral quote that is going around currently, if those people were at least even remotely charitable or cared about the actual truth of what I was talking about, they would understand that within context, I was simply referencing the fact that
all of the foreign policy decisions and our arming of insurgent groups in the region and our efforts in destabilizing the Middle East have a direct consequence, a boomerang effect rather, if you will, in causing 9/11.
And if they only had clipped 60 seconds instead of the 14 seconds, they would understand exactly what I was referencing and exactly what I meant.
It still would be wrong.
He goes on to explain that he didn't mean what he said and that it's the audience's fault for interpreting it that way and not giving him the charity of going and finding the clip themselves, even though the context changed absolutely nothing about him saying that America deserved 9/11.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them. We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
in a video
and
game.
Equipping and enhancing.
So that's part of what we're doing. The other part is knowledge. We want to know what's happening.
Like we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did. In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we fucking did, man. We did. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Look at the way that this dipshit is running his fucking mouth, justifying genocide right now. Like, how is this, how is anything I'm saying controversial? Like, we fucking fund the people who did 9/11 still to this day. Donald Trump literally went on national television and said, they buy $10 billion worth of weapons. So if they chop an American legal permanent resident, it's okay.
So when you're talking about one of the causes of 9/11 being American foreign policy, it's not just Chomsky. Donald Trump has said. Donald Trump has said that as well. I understand that.
Yeah. But you understand now, and not just now, but you understood fairly soon after you said it, that saying Americans deserve 9/11 is a completely different statement and one that's wrong.
No, I didn't say Americans deserve 9/11. I said America deserves 9/11.
Right, but that's
and
still
in that
wrong.
Moment, well, maybe you can chalk it up to English being my second language or whatever you want to chalk it up to.
He just goes on to blame everyone and everything else in the universe except for himself for saying that America deserved 9/11. But you know what? He's right. He should not take responsibility and own up to it like a man. And instead, he should choose a cop-out like English is his second language.
But that's
and
still
in that
wrong.
Moment, well, maybe you can chalk it up to English being my second language or whatever you want to chalk it up to. If I followed that statement up immediately with, well, we're still continuing to fund the nation state responsible for this, and we act like they are our greatest allies, when that kind of arms sale
I understand
like
the overall policy point you're making, Hasan, but saying it that way is clearly wrong.
It's messed up that I would even give the opportunity to the right to try to morally grandstand on an issue like this when they are 100% responsible for all of the bloodshed that has been caused. Even some other outlets in the mainstream media are also culpable in this circumstance. Look, these are the same people that justified an illegal war in Iraq. These are the same people that normalized this same kind of violence. And that's precisely my point, is that especially a congressperson. I have a lot of people who are waiting sniping, like looking to snipe comments out of context in exactly the same fashion that they did last night, who suffered, like who sacrificed personally, and is now using that sacrifice to in a very civil fashion, albeit justify endless warfare, is abhorrent to me. I know that I was inappropriate. I understand that, which is precisely why I took action immediately. As soon as I realized, like, I immediately stopped the stream. I deleted the VOD, the video on demand, and I continued after that to.
So you deleted it to try to cover your own ass, but it didn't work?
Of course.
Good thing he chose to do a cop-out, because otherwise he would have had to apologize. And we all know how Nephew feels about apologies.
Here's my apology. Are you ready for this? Suck my entire cock. Never apologize. Be like America. Don't negotiate with terrorists. Don't apologize to terrorists, okay?
The American people are tired of women.
Never expect me to ever apologize to dipshits on the internet, okay? It's not fucking happening.
He never has to say sorry. I mean, don't these normies know who he is? He's Cenk Uyghur's nephew.
The fact that I can't get a fucking key from Riot and then I have to get it from someone in my audience is like disgusting. Fuck that game. I'm not fucking playing that game. Fuck Valorant. Riot can suck my cock, okay? Suck my cock, Riot. Suck my cock, Valorant. Don't give me a fucking key. Fuck you. I hope your game fucking falls apart, you pathetic little shits.
Clearly, Nephew being handed everything in life, like his job at the Young Turks, has allowed for him to really develop emotionally as a person.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
In the same video where Nephew talks about his 9/11 statement with his uncle on the Young Turks, he mentions that he is anti-violence.
Every part of what I advocate for is against violence. I abhor violence. I think it's awful.
And aside from saying that America deserved 9/11 without really apologizing for it, I found some great statements to support his stance on anti-violence. The first is that he released a video of him reacting to a racist getting punched out cold on YouTube. And obviously I cannot show the footage because even his own video reacting to it got age restricted. But to sum it up, in the video there's a white guy who gets punched out cold by a couple of black guys because the white guy had said some degrading and mean stuff to the black guys. Nephew gives his defensive commentary on this video, mocking the people who say that it's not okay to be violent to someone for name calling. And he basically showcases that morality to his audience.
Actually, they should be debating him and showing that they're not animals. They should be proving to a white supremacist that they are not animals by engaging him in the marketplace of ideas. It's such a funny fucking take to be like, hey, black person, this guy in front of you does not think you're a human being, engages in centuries-old dehumanization, but what you should do is turn the other cheek and just debate him in the marketplace of ideas about how you are a human being. Moral consistency.
Glad to see Nephew is staying consistent on his principle of anti-violence.
Largest fucking YouTuber on the planet made a video that got 7 million views in 7 hours. The first fucking channel that he shouted out that's like relatively normal but still is related to like a fucking Holocaust denier's channel has risen from 14,000 subs at the time of the video to 61,000 subs. Sure. One of the other channels that he shouted out was a channel called E:R, a channel that has a video that literally features 4 minutes of uninterrupted footage from a speech Hitler gave. Yeah, that seems like a fucking big problem, especially if the majority of his fans are like 14-year-old kids who are going to go over to this fucking channel and start watching this guy's like cartoon videos.
In Nephew's video where he talks about PewDiePie associating with a Nazi and how awful it is for PewDiePie to advertise this YouTuber with a violent ideology to his young and impressionable audience on YouTube, you can see that Nephew is advertising Antifa in the background of his stream in that same video to his impressionable young audience. For those of you that don't know, Antifa stands for anti-fascist. Poo-Poo Head Trump named them a domestic terrorist group, and their slogan is to bash the fash. They love to go around punching Nazis, such as this Jewish person, or how they go around hitting people with bike locks or beating people unconscious and even attacking the elderly. I personally have been attacked before by Antifa at a protest. Basically, one of them had poured an entire bucket of water on me, hit me in the head with a stick, which could have cracked my skull open, and then a whole mob of people were sicked on me, like 10 of them, and I had to fight them off with one hand. And it resulted in the initial attacker, getting arrested, as well as myself. And I guess they attacked me because I dared to be black and live streaming the event like the Nazi I am. So I guess Nephew would be in favor for me getting my head cracked open by Antifa for live streaming a protest. Nephew has openly advertised this same group of people where their slogan is to physically hurt people so long as they call them Nazis on his Twitch stream, and Twitch allowed it. I can't imagine somebody streaming on Twitch with like a KKK book in the background and Twitch allowing them to get away with it. They would probably get indefinitely suspended, but clearly Twitch doesn't seem to care in this case. I guess it's okay because it's Nephew and he's Cenk Uyghur's nephew. Nephew has supported and advertised Antifa in other instances on his Twitter as well. Probably shouldn't have beat his ass though, cause liberals will have a field day over correcting and making Antifa look bad. Don't you guys hate when somebody violently attacks you and you dare to make them look bad by bleeding out on the floor? God damn these liberals and their overcorrecting. This tweet by Nephew from 2017 says, "Equating Antifa to fash is like saying both sides had equally wrong things going on in the civil rights movement. I wonder if Antifa hitting the guy in the head with a bike lock was part of a civil rights movement, or when they used violence against a Jewish man, or when they beat a man unconscious. I guess Nephew considers that truly heroic, basically a veteran of war. Wait, hasn't Antifa historically been on the side of the Jews? I'm confused." And then there's a tweet that just blatantly says, Antifa is good. I suppose Nephew's comments on how America deserved 9/11 wouldn't be his first time supporting domestic terrorism. For him, they're just everyday heroes.
Fuck this, I'm on Blog TV with my fucking hands up.
Nephew will always be there to cape for and save the minorities. Or like his impenetrable defense of the N-word. If you thought you could say the N-word in private, think again.
The initial question was, is it okay to say it privately as long as you don't admit to it publicly?
No, I think it's not okay to say it privately. It certainly isn't okay to say it privately either. I think in most instances, saying the N-word both in private and definitely in public is bad. Or,
oh my God!
Last night, the
examples
question.
Holy shit! This is unreal. Are you guys watching this? I can't believe this right now. Why can't you just answer the question?
Did you just,
dude? Before I talk to my podcast co-host today, you're talking to like, oh well, if he ever says it in private, that's like dehumanizing as fuck. Don't sit here and act like you fucking stand for me super fucking hard. Okay, we are nice to each other sometimes on Twitter.
No.
You take shots at me constantly on your
public position.
Every time you do it, I get a fucking clip of it.
So I just my argument since day one.
No, it's not. You just earlier told Trihex that if I say it, I have the clip of you saying that just because I say that privately, it's like dehumanizing the black people. Let's go back to this one thing again. So you're telling me that it is okay in some context in a private setting for a white person to say the N-word. Can you just say that? Because that's what you said earlier. Because if you believe that, we don't disagree on anything.
Okay,
yes?
It is. But
okay,
again,
no, not again. No. I do care about this because you just earlier told Trihex that it was intrinsically dehumanizing for me to ever say the N-word privately. But now you seem like you're changing your mind on that. Or you never believed that. Or you were just saying the shit stir between me and Trihex. No point is you think it's okay for white people to say the N-word privately. Go to the NPC talking points. White guy want to say the N-word. Dude, I'm good, right guys? I'm cool, right guys?
No,
dude, own a position. Have a fucking spine. Just own it. Just admit it to having a private public language differentiation. You said that I undid everything by admitting that. You just admitted it.
Private is still bad though. It's literally.
Wait. So now you're changing your position.
No, because the fucking context. Are you insane? Like, how do you not understand that it's contextually appropriate in certain circumstances and contextually inappropriate? How is this impossible to understand? If you didn't understand this distinction, you wouldn't be trying extra hard to fucking act like it's just edgy jokes when you get called the fuck out by black
listen,
people.
I love you, buddy, okay? That was all I needed for today, thank you.
Even Destiny is no match for the political correctness of Nephew. No N-word Nephew is here to defend the honor of black people. If he didn't go and call black people that weren't progressive enough slurs like Uncle Tom, then who will?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're a young Turk. They got your job because you're an uncle. Congratulations.
No, okay. Congratulations.
Let's not do the personal.
This is the point where I was like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. This is the point where I was like, I wouldn't be talking about uncles if I were you. I was so close to just being like, speaking of uncles, I did say, I turned around and I said, well, I'd rather get I think I said something along the lines of I'd rather be a beneficiary of nepotism than, work against my people and side with the racists.
I guess revoking a black man's black card, according to Nephew, is progress.
Here, Hasan's reaction is this. Oh, wow, that conservative showed up. He probably started the whole thing. Before the video was rolling, I bet he was fucking throwing and shouting racial slurs and probably saying horrible things. This guy was probably pro-cop. I bet he used to be a fucking Marine. This guy's probably anti-Maduro, probably supports blah, blah, blah. I bet he voted Republican. And some brave Antifa super soldier tried to put an end to this guy who was threatening people with his rifle. And when he tried to do it, the evil, fascist, cop-loving, fucking Guido-loving guy shot him in the face.
Nephew is such a leftist extremist that he makes Destiny look like a little conservative.
The cringe is off the charts, okay?
In the past couple of weeks, people have heard about the creeper slasher situation. If you want the details, Boblox did an informative video reading all of the tweets of the situation and showing pretty much all the context in regard to the slasher situation, but I'll sum it up quickly. My good friend Jessica, who is a small Twitch streamer, was offered a job by this video game journalist. This video game journalist had a much larger following in a gaming community that both him and Jessica were a part of, and it was a community that Jessica wanted to work in as well. Knowing this, he offered Jessica a job or referral in exchange for Jessica to hook me up with him. This went on for years, and Jessica tried to stop him from bothering her about me, and he didn't really seem to take no as an answer, so she eventually caved in and told me. In an attempt to get him to stop bothering my friend Jessica, I went ahead and DM'd him, where I had to reject him not only once but 2 times, because apparently no / doesn't take no the first time, whether it be me or Jessica. And the scary thing is, had it been another girl he did this to, she could have easily caved into the pressure because he was being so aggressive with messaging Jessica over and over for years and not taking no from me. So I could definitely see a woman being taken advantage of, possibly even in a sexual manner, from this sort of behavior. Because this guy has a lot of influence. A lot of girls would be scared to say no again because he didn't take no the first time. He's clearly not accepting it as an answer.
Come on, man. He's just shooting his shot. He's only trying to bribe you with jobs that he can't promise to you to get a date with somebody who's already rejected him 3 times. And like, people don't seem to understand that like this guy is big in Overwatch and esports, and at the time this was happening, I was Grandmaster in Overwatch. I was getting like a decent amount of views on Overwatch. I was like actively trying to like be part of the Florida Mayhem team and everything like that. I was in a bunch of like high level Overwatch discords and everything. So like he's using this kind of like over me, and I felt like if I said no to him, or if I was rude to him, or if I blocked him, he could have just been like, hey, nobody talk to this girl, she's XYZ, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I could have been like kind of pushed out of the community that I was trying to be a part of if I would have said no, or like, do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I could have blocked him, but what would that have meant for me?
I really hope that no / didn't do this to other women out of desperation. Niece and nephew. No Gash Slash, or as I like to call the duo when they're together, niece and nephew, had a conversation about this topic on stream.
Now answer for your real crimes. Why the fuck do you think Brittany Venti is attractive?
Oh, fuck. You know
Yeah,
what? I was
you know what? No,
almost
let's talk
glad
about what really
that-
fucking matters, Slasher. How dare you? Can I just start? Okay, number one, how dare you? Two, what the fuck is wrong with you?
She is attractive.
That is truly a worse offense in my book than blue balling me for with this doctor disrespecting information.
At least with the titty streamers, a lot of them are hot. Pokimane really doesn't have that going for her so much.
Totally subjective concept. Usually, like, looks are subjective, but it seems like you're kind of butthurt that a lot of people do find her attractive. Like, that's, I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that it seems like Leafy is mad that men are attracted to Pokimane instead of Leafy. Of course, that would mean that he's in the closet. Why the fuck do you think Brittany Venti is attractive?
Oh, fuck. You know
Yeah,
what? I was
you know what? No,
almost
let's talk
glad
about what really
that-
fucking matters, Slasher. How dare you? Moral consistency.
Now keep in mind that Nephew is a male feminist who complained when Pokimane was rated a 2 out of 10 because it was objectifying. I guess it's only okay to not objectify women when they politically align with you.
You already did all this a year ago and called me an orbiter. All of this happened was because I made one tweet that said, Leafy trying to make an iDubbbz video 2 out of 10, taking a shot at both Leafy and Keemstar. And because Brittany hates Pokimane, and Keemstar hates Pokimane, and Leafy hates Pokimane, Brittany then gave the DMs to Keemstar a year after already putting them out, just so they could attack me because I defended Pokimane. All of this revolves around me making a fucking funny tweet about Leafy's shitty ass video about Pokemon. All what this is about, okay? Brittany doesn't fucking give a shit at all about my DMs. She doesn't care.
He says that I don't give a shit, but in that same conversation, he mentions that I had mentioned it earlier that year. So it wasn't just convenient timing where I decided to pull this out of my ass. It's something I spoke out against before, and it's something I clearly care about when he goes and uses my friends and, you know, bothers them for years about me to the point where I have to message him, or how he tried to cancel me over a vendetta. I definitely care about that.
But yeah, the cringe is off the charts. I do fully understand. The cringe is off the charts, okay? All right. It was a strategy, Hasan, and it did not pay off. All right,
It's just
but
silly. And also, for those of you,
my flirting was a strat, and the strat failed.
Okay, just for everybody, like, if you have the opportunity to like talk to content creators like this, just don't do it. Especially if they're like alt-right or alt-light or alt-light adjacent content creators, because they will just use, especially if you're a notable figure yourself, they will just use this as an opportunity to fucking shit on you. They have no values. They have no like legitimate moral consistency. Definitely, that is definitely stupid. So don't do that. Just for the future. This is my advice to both Slasher and chat.
I feel so bad for No Gash Slash. Thank God that Nephew spoke out for Niece here. I mean, guys, let's look at this objectively. Niece really is the victim in this situation. I mean, him having to take the time out of his day to abuse his power and influence to manipulate women in order to land in some coochie. It's a hard day's work. He's a victim.
Like, oh wow, that was actually sexual assault or whatever the fuck. Even when the facts itself, the facts that they themselves leak, truly show that it's not, and it's like a perfectly fucking consensual and normal way to ask someone out on a fucking date. Perfectly fucking consensual and normal way to ask someone out on a fucking date. Perfectly fucking consensual and normal.
And I guess it's okay for Nephew to objectify me in his male feminist logic by saying I'm ugly and therefore dismissing any sort of predatory behavior. And I guess Jessica completely deserves that too, even though she hardly ever does anything political on the internet. I guess she's just invalid because she doesn't outwardly proclaim to be progressive enough or something. If you don't politically align with Niece and Nephew, You'll find out real soon how much they actually care about the welfare of women.
They have no, like, legitimate moral consistency.
It really seems like predatory behavior gets a pass when you're progressive. So I leave you guys with this question. Just because you're on the left, does it give you the right to invalidate women? In conclusion, Cenk Uyghur's Nephew is the result of somebody listening to the top 100 songs and then somehow thinking they've developed a special and unique taste in music by listening to Billie Eilish, when in reality, they are the epitome of conforming to the norm by swallowing the inorganic product shoved down their throats, which gutted them of their individuality in the first place. Just like the consumer you are. Bye-bye.